Good morning, everyone. My name is Dwayna Respis Palmer, and this is my older adult oral video presentation. My interviewee for my older adult assignment did not mind me using her actual name and demographic information for the presentation. I chose to interview a woman at my job. Her name is Lois Heyman L. I decided to ask Miss Lois to be my interviewee for a few reasons. The first reason is that she is well liked and admired within our organization. Due to her extended employment history at our organization, Miss Lois is well known. She has been responsible for training new hires for the past 25 years. That means that every new employee for the past 25 years has had an interaction with Miss Lois in some form or fashion. It was really an honor and a privilege for me to interview Miss Lois, to sit down and get to know her on a personal level, and to hear about her life's journey. After interviewing Miss Lois, I was extremely moved by the accomplishments of her life, especially all the work that she has done present day. So I decided to put my focus on Erik Erikson's last stage of psychosocial development. So the last stage is stage 8, which is integrity versus despair. This stage occurs during older adulthood, beginning at age 65 and ends at death. At this point in development, adults have discovered their identity. Have formed meaningful relationships either with a partner, through friendship, or through activities in the community. They had a career and are now planning for retirement. Adults are focused on self reflection, reflecting back on life's events that occurred over their lifetime. Older adults now have a sense of fulfillment. Adults at this stage have an inward focus, moving towards feelings of satisfaction over what they have accomplished or feelings of deep regret because they feel as though they have done nothing meaningful with their lives. Success at this stage leads to feelings of integrity and wisdom, while failure results in regret, bitterness, and despair. Adults are also focused on their legacy. Leaving a legacy is important to them. What impression did they leave on the people dearest to them? Did they have an impact on their community? And will they be left alone to die? For integrity versus despair, which is stage 8, Miss Lois has been married for 30 years to her husband. She has two stepchildren, which she considers her own, even though she did not give birth to them. She has three grandchildren, and she is currently working as a training specialist. Accomplishments for Miss Lois at this stage. Miss Lois has been employed by her current place of employment for 35 years, and she has been a training specialist for 25 years. At this stage, she was an adjunct instructor at Eastern University and a continuing educator at Bryn Mawr Graduate School. Ms. Lois is also a standing committee member on aging for the National Association of Black Social Work. She serves on the Self Development for People Committee for the Philadelphia Protestant Church on the presbytery level. She's also a member of the League of Women Voters. And she is also a 2019 Philadelphia Inquirer Diversity and Inclusion Award recipient. Okay. Miss Lois maintains good health and she is fully able to function both physically and mentally. However, friends and even Miss Lois's husband has retired. While she continues to work, Miss Lois enjoys being part of her church and community and being able to educate new hires. The balance of work and home at times can be overwhelming, but she loves every aspect of her involvement. The crisis at stage 8, integrity versus despair. Okay. Integrity. Erickson describes persons of having integrity as those who have affirmed life's purpose. The person has answered yes to the question, did I live a good life? They are able to acknowledge failures and rejoice in their accomplishments. Integrated persons have an overall acceptance of life, unlike other stages, do not fear death because they believe they have accomplished so much. Integrated persons have realistic and insightful self awareness. They can explain the main influences that have formed their character. They fully know who they are and they are able to carry themselves with a great deal of pride. They do not hide from regrets. They are able to accept accountability for past mistakes and not be overwhelmed by them. Integrated persons believe that they have gained their wisdom from lessons they have learned from mistakes they have made over their lifetime. They are connected to family, friends, and the community. They remain both curious about future endeavors and involved, as well as generally content with their experiences and achievements. Despair. Despair is quite the opposite of integrity. Um, Persons with despair are depressed about disappointments, failures, and missed chances in life. At this stage, older adults are reflecting on the fact that they did not make the changes that they hoped to make. They frequently express sadness, regret, or failure over the missed opportunity and mistakes that they have made in their life. Most of the regret that they feel does not come from mistakes, but from things they wish they had done, but did not get a chance to do, like making up with a loved one or giving or going after their dream job. Despairing persons can be quite reflective, but feel that despite some partial areas of life satisfaction, the final result is unsatisfying. They have insight into the past, however, the overall picture displeases them. Despairing persons um, heavily isolate themselves from others. Despairing individuals are less open and are at a greater risk for health problems, depression, and cognitive diagnoses such as dementia and Alzheimer's. So, integrity versus despair crisis for Miss Lois. After being employed by her current place of employment for 35 years and having a husband and friends within the organization, Miss Lois struggles with retirement or continuing to work. Miss Lois continues to work on advocating for a presence of clergy and spirituality on aging. She would like to bring this aspect to our agency's regional conference. Ms. Lois continues to face opposing views from people that do not believe religion should be brought into a place of employment, and also from people that feel as though she should retire. Although at this point of the program she has not been established yet, Ms. Lois continues to advocate to the best of her ability. Ms. Lois also faced opposition when attempting to implement a new research program at the agency. She created a program that would include mandatory training for supervisors about being culturally competent and aware of diversity. This opposition occurred with her New Ventures and Leadership program. Administration informed Ms. Lois that the program she was trying to implement could not be mandatory, and instead of it being strictly for supervisors, the program would be for everyone if they wished to take the training. Um, Ms. Lois decided that she would carry out the program the way that the administration deemed it should be implemented. After a few years, administration saw how successful the program was and made it mandatory for new hires. So supervisors and their employees will all be trained on cultural competence and diversity. So, upon my research, I found that wisdom is a form of crisis resolution as far as integrity versus despair. Wisdom is associated with Erickson's last stage, integrity versus despair. Due to learned lessons, older adults are able to apply these lessons to present situations, thus being able to self manage. Miss Lois took past experience to self-manage and get her towards her goals. Like the article used in my habilitated bibliography, Miss Lois was able to fight oppression and fight for women's rights, and that helped her assist in advocating for the needs of diversity training and the introduction of clergy to her place of employment. This gives Miss Lois a sense of pride as well as feelings of having contributed to the good of society. Miss Lois has found success at this stage, which allows her to live a life of wisdom, feelings of accomplishment, and a sense of acceptance for the end. Microsystem as a form of crisis resolution. So I'll briefly explain what the microsystem is. Microsystem is an extended system from the individual, which includes family, co-workers, church members. So it's an immediate subcircle around who the individual is. Often having family leads to an expression of accomplishment. Miss Lois is a mother of two and a grandmother of three, which motivates her to continue her advocacy work and investing in their future. Miss Lois is also a staunch advocate for aging. She continues to educate others on diversity through her participation in the National Association of Black Social Workers, her organization of the regional conferences, and her committee membership for the Philadelphia Protestant Church. Her career choice and involvement in the community has allowed her to fulfill the desire of leaving her mark.